Hi everyone, I'm Martin and welcome to another MH Runners Club coaching talk. Today I'm going to be talking about preparing for your marathon and also surviving your taper. So you've started your taper, you've decreased your running and you're trying not to spend your extra time worrying about every little niggle that you feel, panicking that you're losing fitness, etc. So what should you be doing instead? Here's my top tips of making the most of your taper time. So number one, rest is a priority. You keep any regular non-running exercises such as walking, strength, mobility, etc. going as long as they don't tire you out and you are used to them. Bring down the intensity of those as the race gets closer. So use lighter weights, decrease the amount of reps that you do, replace any higher intensity activities with things like stretching, foam rolling, and mobilisation. There's a few videos available in the club which are aimed at pre and post marathon weeks. Don't take up any new exhausting hobbies or renovate the house at this point, okay? Rest is key. Number two, eat well, okay? Keep your nutrition on point. Don't try and cut back as your training decreases. Your body needs to repair from the training cycle, and as you decrease your exercise load, your body will begin to store carbohydrates as glycogen, so therefore it helps with the task of carb loading in the days before your marathon. You are also still going to be doing exercise, so you are still going to be burning calories, so you do need the food as fuel. Number three, prepare your race kit and check your pre-race plan, okay? Make sure that you know how to get to the race, accommodation, parking, etc. Make sure that you've bought any tickets that you need for travelling. Buy everything that you need to take with you or to eat in the days before the race as well. Sort out what you're wearing, okay, on race day, and also what you're taking for before the race and after the race as well. Now there is a checklist in the notes, okay, that you can use to make sure that you are well prepared. Number four, okay, write down your reasons for running the race. Knowing your why and being able to access this when you've been running a long time and you start to get tired can really help keep your motivation going later in the race. There are some useful mindset tips and videos to access in the Runners Club, okay, and in the taper you've got loads of time to do these, so have a check out of those mindset videos. Look at any of the coaching tips and talks that I've written as well. Number five, consider what mental techniques you could use to keep on going. You should already have been doing this on your long runs, but it's not too late if you haven't already started. You can always write down reminders on your arm or on the back of your hand, things like that to help you. Try some of these things, okay, and share any other ideas that you've got in the comments. So some people will create memory miles. What they do is they dedicate every mile of the race or every mile of the last 6 to somebody that they love or care about. Or get friends or family to choose certain songs for a playlist for certain miles, so you start thinking about that person. This can help give you extra motivation to make that mile as good as possible for that person that you've dedicated it to. You could use a mantra, okay, whatever mantra you do choose to use, aggressive, relaxing, positive, bossy, it needs to be personal to you. It needs to work for you, okay, and it needs to get you going when the going gets tough. Also reflect on previous runs, okay, look back at those over your training cycle and pick a couple of longer runs that you really nailed and got right. Go over them. Write down what was good on a post-it note or something like that and stick them in a visible place, okay? You want to be able to look at them as many times as possible and then call on them later in the race when you start to get tired and you need to sort of talk to yourself about, yes, I can do this because I've done this run and this run and this run. Also practice visualising a local run. So choose one of your local runs of maybe 3 miles or 6 miles and do it regularly as part of your taper running. When you get to the last 3 to 6 miles of your marathon, you should try and visualize that run home in your mind, so therefore you know that you've not got far to go, because at this point of marathon training, a 3-mile run or a 6-mile run really isn't that long. So if you can visualize your house getting closer and closer and closer as the finish line approaches, you know that you've done these miles 100 times before. Okay, number 6, okay, going back to the original list, research the route. Make sure that you know where the water stops are, and how this works in conjunction with your planned nutrition strategy. Find any notable landmarks and where they are so that you can help chunk down the route maybe. So for London, it could be Cutty Sark at 6 miles, Tower Bridge at 12 miles, and Docklands at around sort of like 18 to 20 miles. They're all sort of big iconic landmarks, and it means that you can break down the race into those sort of manageable chunks. Also, if you're running a hillier marathon or a lumpier marathon, make sure you know where all the hills are so that there's no big surprises on race day. Also, number 7, make a pace band to help you stay on track. Now, I'm going to link a video that I did into the show notes so that you can learn more about this. But basically, if you've got a pace band on, you can look at it every mile or every kilometre if you're working in kilometres, so that you can see where you are in conjunction with your paces, whether that's just one A goal or whether you've got A, B and C goals. And then number 8, the final one, relax. Okay, you've done the hard work. You're not going to get any fitter in the last couple of weeks. Okay, all you've got to do is try and relax and stay fresh. The race is a celebration of all of your training. Okay, it's the icing on the cake of all of that baking and the foundations that you've put in through all the training. Okay, so relax. You can't do any more. You can only do less and get fresher. Now, very briefly, okay, just to finish off, definitely don't do any of these things. Don't worry about phantom injuries and niggles, okay? If you do have anything that is really painful, obviously go and get it checked out by a physio as soon as possible. Don't go and have a random sports massage the day before a race if you've never done that before. Don't do any extra exercise to take your mind off of the taper. Totally not the point of it. And don't panic about how your running feels during that taper period. It may feel hard, okay, so don't start worrying about how on earth you're going to run 26 miles. If it feels easy, don't suddenly go the other way and adjust your marathon pace because you're suddenly super rested and everything feels a little bit easier, okay? And finally, don't do what one of my clients did and drive the route of their marathon. 26.2 miles in a car is a long way. Okay, reminding yourself of exactly how far that drive is will not help you stay calm for race day. Okay, on race day you want to take it just 1 mile at a time or 5k at a time or something like that, and then celebrate when you cross that finish line. So, is there anything else that you guys do during the taper? Is there anything else that you would add to the race day checklist that's in the notes? Please let us know in the comments, okay? And for everybody that's running a marathon soon that watches this, enjoy it, do your best, okay? And the best of luck to you. I'll be back with another coaching talk soon. In the meantime, enjoy your running, take care, and goodbye.